With the release of Godzilla vs. Kong this week, I am going to review the movie that kickstarted the entire Monsterverse. Godzilla is a 2014 monster movie directed by Gareth Edwards and stars Aaron Taylor Johnson, Bryan Cranston, and Elizabeth Olsen. And it's the first movie of the Monsterverse where we see Godzilla protect people against two invasive mutos. I think I may be one of the few people who actually loves Godzilla. I feel like many people like this movie, but they don't love it. And then you have the people who absolutely hate 2014's Godzilla. They think it's a terrible monster movie. I've talked to people that said they felt like they got their money completely wasted when they saw this movie in theaters 7 years ago. And while I can understand their complaints, I do not agree with their claims whatsoever. I think this is one of the best monster movies ever made, and Gareth Edwards, the director of Godzilla as well as Rogue One, is a director who I feel deserves to direct more movies like these. Because Gareth Edwards did a great job with both this and Rogue One, so I have no idea why Hollywood has not been giving him any more chances at directing big blockbusters, because the man has proven that he is actually competent. I've seen Godzilla about 5 to 10 times since the first time I saw it in theaters. I'm sure for many people they saw it once in 2014 and that was it. I get it, it's a monster movie. It's not meant to be the most rewatchable movie on the face of the planet. It's solely there to entertain you once, and probably that's it for many people. But there are reasons why I keep coming back to rewatch Godzilla time and time again. This is not a disposable monster movie. The way I see it, this is absolutely, hands down, one of the best monster movies ever made, and it's more intelligent than just a surface-level monster movie. Let me explain why, though. To begin, the opening title sequence for Godzilla is artistically flawless. It combines a few different elements such as death, radiation, and destruction. It lets us know exactly the movie we're going to watch. I just love the opening title sequence for Godzilla. And you know what? A lot of monster movies tend to just have monsters appear on the screen, they fight, you're entertained, you go home, and that's about it. But Godzilla does something completely different. This is the type of monster movie that induces fear. Because of Gareth Edwards' excellent direction and the film's beautiful cinematography, it feels like these monsters exist in real life. And if you compare Godzilla to, say, Kong Skull Island, Godzilla King of the Monsters, and a film like The Meg, you can see a real difference in tone. Those movies take a less serious approach and try to have more fun with their films, whereas this movie wants to make it feel like this is how it would happen in real life. So by going about it that way, the movie feels much more scary in comparison to the other films I just named. And once again, looking back at the cinematography and special effects, Godzilla's intro is truly eye-catching. The look of Godzilla is so badass. The testosterone level inside me is going through the roof, and every single time they cut the Godzilla before his iconic roar, it is the coolest thing I've ever seen in cinema history for monster movies. In terms of the monster scenes themselves, there's something here that everyone can enjoy. Even if the fights between Godzilla and the two mutos are rare sightings, we at least get multiple heart-pounding sequences, just like the power plant sequence, the Hawaii scene, the train sequence, the bridge scene, and the finale. A major complaint by many is that we don't get to see Godzilla and the mutos fight against each other enough. I can understand that. You pay to see a Godzilla movie, and with a Godzilla movie, you're supposed to see a ton of monster fights. But instead of doing that, the movie decides to focus on the humans versus the mutos and Godzilla, and therefore the movie comes off as more scary because it's not constantly monster fights on the screen. We see real human characters going toe-to-toe with these giant monsters as if we are those human characters, and that's how we would experience it in real life. So while I get those complaints from people, the point of this movie is not supposed to be your everyday crazy over-the-top monster movie. This one takes the time to actually make you a little bit more scared and to get our human characters more screen time, characters that we actually care about. Speaking of those human characters, we have Aaron Taylor Johnson playing the film's lead, Ford, who is good in the movie. I've seen Aaron Taylor Johnson in a ton of movies since Godzilla. This was the first one that really got his career going, and I think he did a solid job in this film in particular. But Bryan Cranston Cranston is the film's main star, and if you guys have not seen this film yet, I'm going to talk about a couple of spoilers right here, so go watch the movie first, then come back and watch my review. Alright, with that out of the way, Bryan Cranston, unfortunately, is killed off in the first third of the movie. And every time I watch Godzilla, I get really annoyed when they kill him. I always anticipate it, and when it happens, I get extremely upset because Bryan Cranston is an amazing actor, and the fact that he is underutilized in this movie is really a shame. I get why they killed him, though. There really wasn't much more for his character to do. The way that the story progresses, it would have felt cartoony had he gone along with Aaron Taylor Johnson's character the rest of the way, and then there's really no other options outside of that. The only way I could see it working is if he's doing some behind the scenes work with Ken Watanabe's character in the film. My only other complaint with Godzilla is that Godzilla himself is not featured nearly as much as I would have preferred. We get to see the Mutos quite a lot, but Godzilla doesn't really make an appearance until halfway through the movie, and even then, the movie cuts to a live TV feed. For a movie that's called Godzilla, we should have seen more of Godzilla. We only get about 2 great sequences with him, the scene on the bridge in San Francisco and the final fight. Had they utilized Bryan Cranston and Godzilla more in the film, I would probably be telling you guys that this is a top 3 monster movie of all time, maybe the best, right there with the originals, but the movie doesn't always do what it should do with its main characters like Godzilla and Bryan Cranston. Regardless, like the title of this video says, Godzilla from 2014 is still one of the best monster movies of all time. I absolutely love this movie the first time I saw it in theaters, and the fact that I've still been watching this movie at least once a year since it came out tells you a lot about how much I really truly love this movie to this day. I am giving Godzilla from 2014 an 87%. The tone of Godzilla is very similar to Peter Jackson's King Kong movie. I like these movies a lot, and I think they are 2 of the best monster movies of all time because they actually put some care and pride into the work of the monsters and don't fully focus on them just fighting off against other large monsters. Sure, those scenes are really entertaining, but these movies mean more than just that. Plus, they're both really serious in terms of tone. Alright, for those of you who also happen to see Godzilla from 2014, be sure to let me down below in the comment section what your thoughts are of it. And are you excited for Godzilla vs. Kong this week? Let me know. As always, if you are new to my channel, click the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I hope you all have a fantastic day.